on this computer. All right. So first, let us revisit, what we have done. So we are basically trying to set up a shared applicant file system, application 1, application 2, and for the load balancer also we are able to simulate using DNS load balancer. Using a DNS load balancer. This DNS load balancer can be used as a load balancer for its software load balancer. And also people will use this DNS load balancer even for rack also. We can also configure 3 scan IPs also there, right? So if you see, so we have a load balancer. We have 3 applications. So we have application, we have where our application and database is running. And this is the second application. Today only I just started and kept it ready for our class. And this is the load balancer, DNS load balancer, where we configured. So here there are a couple of files where I already shared last week for you. So you can also, people who are absent, they can go through this. So we have like so this is the application 1 and this is the application 2. So we are mapping it to load balancer LB and LB. So yeah, we are just trying to simulate it. Okay, we are just trying to simulate it. So this is the way how we can do. We are not sure whether this is the correct method, because in the real time what they give you, they just give a load balancer. Your IT folks, they just give the load balancer name. And what you do, once you get the load balancer name, you open your context file, right? You stop your application, you open your context file, and change change like a couple of parameters like SND, URL. There are a couple of parameters what you need to change, and run the autoconfig. That's all you do. They will do that. They will do that configuration and everything for you, right? So now if you see,
sir, here we will do NS lookup LB. So it's showing the application.
Yeah, when you see, then only it works. When you say NS lookup, it will show load balancer 1, load balancer 2, because we have told our system, that was our name server. So most of the companies will have this name server. So you're telling that this name server is the DNS server, right? So you're telling this is the DNS server. That's why, and I'm not allowing it to change also by using the checker command. Even you reboot also, it will not change. So that's why in the application 1 and application 2, when I say NS lookup, I'm able to get that.
Sir, in the home sometime, in the we are using the Wi-Fi router. Okay. So in the Wi-Fi router, how we will check what is the router DNS? Sometime we are configuring.
No, we don't go to that level. We don't go to the router.
Okay.
So you just get to see, you just connect your, I just connect my router to my machine, and whenever I get an application, automatically I get the IP address. My my router itself will provide me an IP. I'll just show how we have to add the DMZ zone, right? Will not touch anything. Only yes, that's all. We don't need to go more than that. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So this is one we have already configured last week, and it is working fine. So we will just see whether we are able to open everything, because it is 1 week before I opened the system. So, and after that I was working on for the next future, that upgrade part. This week I was working on SSL part. I was configured because I have to be 1 week if next week is Dasara, and I don't get time to read. That's the reason I prepared for next week also. So let's see whether we are able to open the load balancer. Are we able to open using the load balance? This is really good, very simple DNS solution for all of us. And the advantage of DNS is even you don't need to make an entries in etc ghosts. So you just next time whenever a new mission comes up, you just have to add in the in the DNS server, and after that you don't need to make an entry in the etc host. That also is one of the advantage of DNS. Okay. So let me see if at all I'm able to, because we need to configure the PCP. So we will. So we have to configure the PCP. For that, the change in the context file we already completed. So that APPL DCP. So that change we already completed. Only that now it is only a configuration. We'll go through all of the steps. First, I want to open the forms. Yeah, I'm able to open these forms. Nice. Okay. So this is the second application. Okay, and now if you see, all my FND Libra process are running only from the first mission. Yeah, all my concurrent managers are running from the first mission. So now what we will do is we'll go through the steps. For most of the people who implement shared applicant file system, they go with the PCP. So PCP is nothing but PCP is nothing but distributing distributing of concurrent managers. And most of the places, I almost worked at 4 to 5 customers, they used for that purpose only. So for that, the first thing is what you need to do is we need to enable this APPL DCP is equal to on. So if you see the last week, right, I have already done that. APPL DCP in the context file. So we have that is the first step. Any change, as I told you, we need to make it like, this is the change and we need to run auto config. So last week when we are configuring shared applicant file system itself, I told that, hey, however we have to enable the DCP. So yeah, we have enabled it and also we made it on. So that is the first step. That is the first step what we need to do. And we have to run auto config. So that part we already taken care. Okay, so I just want to see a few things. Yeah, maybe I may have to run autocomplete because I need to have entries of both the nodes. Yeah, this looks good because in the both the machines you should have 1 2 2 2. Yeah, like this. See, if it is correct, right? So it will be like this. You'll have 2 2 and 1 2. 2 2 1 2 means it is configured correctly, because that is the next step actually. Check the configuration of TNS names and listener to DORA located in so and so. Ensure that you have information of other concurrent nodes. Yes. If you see in my second node, I'm able to see the entry. See FNDFS and FNDSM. FNDSM, and I'm having opposite also. Like, on the node 2, see, this is the node 1, node 2. In the node 2, I'm able to find both node 1 and node 2 information, which is correct. But if
Then you have entered this, or you
no, that is what, when you run autoconfig, automatically it takes care. So once you run autoconfig, right, automatically the configurations file will get changed. So that's the even I provided the screenshots. I provided this. Yeah.
So we run auto config in both nodes at that time.
Yeah. After enabling APPL DCP, however, we have to run auto config on both the nodes. Right. Okay. So then the next step is just you can see whether how many nodes are there. So by going to install a nodes, go to install node just to verify whether how many nodes are there. So here I have node 1 and node 2, which is good, which is correct, right? Because we have two application tags. Okay, internal monitor.
So this all we are checking in node 1, right?
In our concurrent manager, now it will have both the information, right? So it will have both the information. Internal monitor, we have to see why this is not coming, because I have to see, maybe after configuring we'll see. Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to distribute the managers. Okay, we have to distribute the managers. Okay, he's giving this one. Okay, let me do the same thing. To define managers. Worksheets. Oh, it's okay. It's one. It is good. Okay. And now what I'll do is I will distribute. Now start the manager both the nodes. Okay, we will after that. Okay. Now what we do? So in the companies, right? Even when I migrated from on-premises to cloud, what I do is in on-premises how they have the setup. Like in on-premises also they had PCP enabled. So I will check. Okay, manager, primary. What is primary? What is secondary? So similarly, you have to go for each of the managers, and see how it is configured. So the same thing, what we did configured on the we configured on the once we go to cloud also we did the same thing. So here also same, they will give the information. If not, you have to first time maybe they will tell you like this is the way, and slowly you have to pick up. So for example, I will try to change few of the managers. See, right now if you see everything is running on node 1 only. If you see everything is running on node 1 only, nothing is running on node 2. So for example, I want to run standard manager in node 2. I just want to distribute, right? See, I want to have the PCP. I want to use that PCP concept. Otherwise, what is the use of that? So now what I'll do, I can for example, transportation manager, right? I'll just say, hey, please run on node 2. If node 2 is not available, please run on node 1. So you're basically doing sort of a load balancer, right? So then I go to collection manager. A few things I just want to change. Yeah, inventory manager, like 4 or 5, so that we will know that the changes are this is the way, they will give you, there is some in companies, in the real-time companies, you'll have custom managers. Mostly they have a custom managers. So they tell, hey, please, we want custom managers to be on other node. So it's like that.
Sir, these changes we are doing in the node 1, in application 1. This is application 1 we open, right?
Yeah, only one application you can open. You cannot open because it is a shared applicant file system, right? Ultimately, you have
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay. That is what. Okay, that's what you're telling.
Sometimes we confuse, sir.
I know.
So first time you are doing this, so when 2-3 times we do, then
Yeah. But in real time, they'll have 3-4 applications also. I worked in a place where they had 2 applications and one iSupplier. So yeah. So especially auto config only, we have to be very careful. We have to run on node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, then come back to node 1. So that is the procedure. So now you distributed, right? You don't need to bounce, but let's see if it is coming or not. Yeah, what we'll do, we'll just bounce it. Only concurrent manager will bounce it. So I go to node 1. So now onwards, you can only bounce from one machine itself. You specifically, you just have to bounce from, only one node. Specifically, you don't need to. Yeah, even you start from first node, automatically the distribution should happen. Now what you, after that, to verify whether they are distributed, so what we do is we can see from the front end. Also we have to see that, oh okay, FND Libra are running on this node and FND Libra are running on on the second node also. Then the distribution has happened. It should run on both the nodes. You can see from the front end, also you can see from the back end also. So I stopped the
Yeah, sir, why it's not running in the second one?
Yeah, we have not yet configured. No, now only we configured. So now only we configured. So now when we start, it should it should show. Yeah, we have to wait for. Okay. Who is Y? Only Y is there. What is his name? Full name in your profile. Only Y, one student is there. Just want to know. Who is Y? Y.
Yeah, Kishore, this is Khalid. Sometime my son was using.
I know all these things. Yeah. Okay. You know what? However, this is. Okay. So now what you can do, you can just say AD CMCTL start apps. Let's see whether how it is going. So where is the log file? So you can say APPL CSF. Okay, APPL CSF log and the manager, just to see what's happening. Yeah. Thinking that we may have to run autoconfig. I think still I told right. We may have to run autoconfig, but still it is doing, because I told right on the node one, I'm not able to see the FND CPM. That's why it is telling this. Okay. So what we'll do? I don't think it is running because it.
Sir, start on the CM services on the second node too, sir.
Yeah, but I don't think we need to run, but okay, but still I think I have to run.
Can we give a try?
Yeah. Oh. No, there is things happening. Date has changed. But something I got these things. Okay, so what I'll do is I will once I want to run autoconfig on both the nodes. So for that, what you have to do is so run autoconfig on node 1, run an autoconfig on node 2, and then autoconfig on node 1. That was actually last week's. Last week, if you see, they told also to run, so we will just do that part. So in the also I will run autoconfig on database also. So this is the DB server, the same server, first machine. How do you run autoconfig on the database? So you go to Oracle Home, Apps, Util, Scripts, and then you go to the okay. So you first run autoconfig on database, run autoconfig on application 1 and application 2. Okay, so now what I'll do? Don't run simultaneously. All this it has to be done. Thing. Okay, so meanwhile it is getting. So finally, what you have to see is we have to see the distribution. So you see something like this on the node 1 and node 2. You have to see that they are equally distributed. Okay, so that thing we have to do. See, like here we have to see actually service name. I was just thinking like why my internal monitor has not started. We have to see that if it is not starting, something is wrong. And yeah, something is wrong, or as I told you in TNS names, we should have the entries of both of them. So that also I found. The another one thing, what very important thing is, in a shared application file system, the APPL CSF should not point to local drive. What happens is if it is pointing to a local drive, then you have to come, sometimes you have to go to node 1, sometimes you have to go to node 2 in order to get the log files. So in the real time, what they do is they give to a common location, a common drive, in a common drive on both of the machine, in a common drive in both of them. You have to create a like NFS mount point, which is common in both the machine. Then you have to change the APPL CSF. Then you have to change the APPL CSF and run autoconfig. We can do it now itself, but we need a common mount point. Okay, so how we are going to do here? So, okay, I want a common mount point. Okay. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go here and okay, and just to simulate that one. So make directory, okay, shared, something like shared. I'm just giving a name, shared, shared for our concurrent manager request and everything. I'm just giving a name. Okay. And I say change owner -r, Aura QA, DBA shared. Okay. And exports also I give, so I have to share this one too. Okay, so what is the one? It is shared, right, to the node 2, D02 Oracle. Okay, so this is just counter check. So this is the common mount point for our concurrent concurrent thing. It's very important. A lot of people, they forget it. Yeah, this is correct. Okay. So now what I do,
where you created this common?
On the node 1. On the node 1 I created common mount point, and I have to, okay, I have to
share it in the node 2.
Node 2 also. So same thing, NFS mount point I created. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to start. Now what I'll do, I'll go to the node 2. I'll create this one, change the owner. Yeah. Okay. So change the owner, and now what I have to do, I have to mount it, right? So how do you mount? So mount. Okay, so what you say, mount, and you mount in the machine because you are given right permission. Yeah, you mounted. Actually, last week we were struggling to show mount. Actually, the command is show mount. Node 1 you have to give. I was giving node 2 last year. This was not working. Actually, if you say show mount, it will show all the mount points which are shared to this machine, which will give us a clear thing, hey, what is been mounted. This is a really good command. Like it was not there in 7, but in 8 it is there. Show mount, like what are the shared commands here? Okay. So now let us see whether
What are all the mount points? Shared mount points, sir? Is
yeah,
it the shared mount points
yeah,
or
shared
it's
mount point,
all
shared,
mount points?
shared mount points to this
Okay.
particular server.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you are reading from the exports, ETC exports. That's why it is
Correct.
giving shared mount points. Okay.
Exactly. So now we will see whether if I'm able to write from node 2, am I able to see in node 1? This is my node 1. I'm able to see. So similarly, if I touch node 1, if I am touching on node 1, am I able to see on node 2? Right? So we'll see. See, now both are able to write. So it means that we have created a common mount point. Okay. So now what you have to do is we have to open the context file. And go to, okay, maybe we are not. Open the context file and look for APPL CSF. A lot of people, they forget it. So then, it is becomes a, see now actually it is a local mount point. This is a local mount point. Okay. So what you are doing is you are giving a shared mount point. Right? Shared mount point. Okay. Shared mount point. So now what will happen is, okay, let me run this auto.
Sir, this one autocomplete finish in the node 1. Can you check?
Yeah, it is done. Okay. So similarly, open the context file of APPL CSF. So change this one. So now
change both the nodes.
Yeah, we have to
Both the
change
nodes.
both the nodes. You have to change both the nodes. You have to change because otherwise it is by default it is too local. By default, the concurrent manager concurrent request will go to local. So now if you change, right, so it will be the central location. So we are running autoconfig on node 2, and now so we have made this change. However, we have to run node 1, node 2, and node 1. Always this is that you have to remember node 1, node 2, node 1.
Then we will see the FND browser whether it's working or not.
Correct. Yeah.
Managers.
Yeah, managers, and also you have to run one active users. Okay, you have to run the active users and see whether it is created on the central location. So that way you can confirm. So this is so PCP means one is APPL DCP. You have to make it on, and also this common location and distribution of workers between both the nodes. Yeah, so these are all the couple of things what you need to do. And the other thing is the TLS names. We should have opposite entries. See, now I'm able to see the opposite entries because I'm not. Yes, see, first time, like when I like when I showed you, it was not showing on the node 2. It was showing both node 1 and node 2, but on the node 1 it was not showing. Now because we ran autoconfig, it has automatically captured. See here, this is correct.
Sir, there is FND FS and SM. There's
Correct.
two difference, huh?
Yeah, two difference. One, yeah, FND FS and one is FND SM. Yeah, this is correct. So because you should have opposite, you should have the opposite information. Yeah. Okay, so just to check whether the it has taken, you just for APPL CSF. It should be a common location. Yes, good. So now finally the last time. Yeah, the last time we'll run it and we'll start the application and we'll see. Now it should do, because clearly in the documentation I have mentioned. That's why your documentation should be very strong. Yeah, it's clearly they mentioned. Yeah, check the configuration TNS names and listener tutorial located in. Ensure that you have information of all concurrent nodes for FNDSM and FNDFS. So that is just like a verification. So in node 1, you should have node 1 and node 2. See, node 1 and node 2. Yeah, so we are able to see that.
Sir, normally when the company will decide we will go for the shared application because of the load.
Actually, that is a really good question. So if there are too much of report requests, and they see that they see that there is too much of load on the first application, then they go for this PCP. Apart from that, if you have two applications, you have an advantage, right? Even one application goes down, your second application, high availability. So both advantages you're getting. You're not only able to distribute your concurrent managers, you're also getting the high availability. So whenever they think about high availability, first they think application high availability. Oh, okay, since we got this application, since we have high availability, so why not we distribute concurrent managers also? Lot of people who are having two applications, compulsory, mandatory, they will implement PCP in most of the places wherever I work.
Because we mentioned in the in the concurrent define that primary is this node and second is this node. If one is unreachable, we will switch to the next node.
Right. So yeah.
So enabling the PCP on multiple nodes, does it impact any sort of a licensing cost and any as such?
Actually, yeah, we are not involved in all those things, licensing part and everything, right? We are only apps. Yes, yeah. They only tell us to do. See, we don't. They only tell us to do. We do. Yeah.
Okay.
Recently exactly the same question. My manager asking, Kishore, OEM. I think they want to go for XRCS, whether OEM is chargeable or not. Now, what those type of questions are like sales questions. Then I was
but
trying.
Normally, sir, management will ask. It's not Shahzad. This is
They'll ask.
license. Yeah.
They'll ask me. So then I googled it. So they say OEM is it's a free thing you can use, but it's very difficult to give a complete answer. Suppose tomorrow something happens, then they'll catch us. The correct people are the sales people. You have to ask them and confirm. You tell something, and tomorrow something really.
Sorry, are you talking about the database OEM? Enterprise manager?
OEM, they want to move to XRCS in cloud, whether it is free. Suppose if they use XRCS.
OEM requires licensing, so separate licensing.
Yeah, that is what I was. I told that's we have to check with sales. No, Kishore, you check, Google it and check it. So somewhere they told, but that's why I don't give a clear answer. In some of the websites they mentioned it is like a free, but better we check bulk, so that we will not give 100%. If you're not clear, give a but at the end. Yeah, it is, but better we check. That's all. We should play a safe role.
OEM and performance related. These are licensing. They require license.
Yes, exactly. And also, I think the previous thing they want to move from rack to non-rack. And that's all the client was asking me, Kishore, we are moving away, ASM to file system. Tell me whether it is a good option. That's a big change. And if you tell something and tomorrow something goes wrong, then I told, yes, we have advantages of both ASM and also in file system, and like that you have to tell. Means that guy was very particular. You tell your thing, Then I told, yes, we can do that. And finally we moved it. It's for 2 customers we did actually. I have to tell you that for 2 customers we move away from ASM to file system. Yeah, one for
Okay.
in
Sir,
OCI,
here,
one in OCI, one in AWS.
okay. Sir, our customer side also, like, we are moving the storage from Zadara to Dell storage.
Okay.
Okay. And next year in the month of February or March, now our manager wants to see what would impact with respect to our applications.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. What to answer. But if you ask me personally, I would say that would not impact any of our applications because we are just moving the storage.
Correct.
All our file systems are copied from X storage system to the Y storage system. So I don't think so, unless we are having any sort of read or write permissions. Otherwise, everything should be fine, is what my opinion. But yeah,
Right.
my manager was asking to do some research on that.
Yeah, do that. And yeah, so those type of tricky questions will come, and we'll be little worried. But we moved to AWS with file system, and it is running very nicely. Even for OCI also we moved to block storage, non-ASM, and the biggest advantage is in the block storage, block volume, you can increase the IOPS. You can move
Dynamically.
25,000.
Yeah.
We moved to 25,000, and it was like a rock. They were so happy. They were telling all the reports is running on 3 hours. Now it's running in 1 hour. First 6 months after going to OCI, they were not happy. At one point of time, they complained, "Why did you go to OCI? We are very good in on-premise." Those type of things you have to, those type of things will come up. The users are not happy. Then slowly, after like 8 months, then we got very positive. Now they given, there is something like a points system. So they gave 5 out of 5 recently. So now my company is happy with that.
Okay.
So this is also a big decision if you move your whole system from on-premises to OCI.
What is that?
This is also, sir, company means taking a big decision. You're all
Yeah. Now the world, the next 4 to 5 years, will be lift and shift. DR mandatory, especially when it comes to cloud, AWS, DR mandatory. First, we normally in on-premises, normal DR is like 1 in 10 customers may go to DR, but in cloud, most of the places they say only DR. So that's the reason why we need to be comfortable with RAC, DR, the shared application file system, adding a node, removing a node. So all this advanced topic. That's the reason why I was in particular taking all these topics. And luckily, I have a live environment. Where I'm able to practice from. And 90C cloning also not so easy. 10-15 times I told my people to do. Nobody still they're not able to do this cloning. For me, since I am there from 3-4 years, because 90C cloning is on, especially in a new environment, is not that easy. If the environment is set, they can do. But the 90C cloning is you have to create a DB text stack, you have to create an XML file, then run. So many things are there, which the juniors, they are not able to help with us.
Sir, I am very thankful to you because of your classes. I have done the upgrade last year from 11G to 19C. And now if anything come for cloning, so there is not an issue because of your class.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's what I say. Equal, even for this batch, you guys, in order to teach you, I have to learn. Especially the load balance was a big crack. I was like, so many things I was seeing, and finally, I was looking for different good solution, and finally found this DNS. See now it is really good. This is correct. See, this is correct. Both the monitors are running. Service manager is running. See, this is still 0, means it is still starting. So we'll say refresh.
Sir, you bring up the application in the second node also.
First node and second node. Yeah, first node and second node. Yeah, first node and also second node.
But
Second
you
node-
told me, sir, only we will see it because second node is the files in NFS.
but still you have to bring the applications, right? You have to bring the applications. Concurrent managers, normally what we do, we only run from the first node, automatically it will get distributed. But application has to be started. Otherwise, the managed servers will not start. No, the form server 2, those will not start. Only concurrent manager, what we do, we only start from the first node, automatically it gets distributed on the second node.
Though the file system is shared, the configuration files, log files, and instance top specific to instance will be like storing on the second node itself. So yes, we need to start up to get the services started. We need to start the services.
Yeah, so we will run one. So many checks has to be done because the only thing is, if you don't document properly, we skip a lot of steps. And finally, some clients are good, some clients are, oh, now because this is a standard manager is down. See, now it is started on the node 1. So means node 2 is started. Oh, still managers are coming up. Yeah, so then it means that, let me see, my standard manager is running here. So now let me see the common location, whether it is created in the common location. So it is like APPL. Yeah, so automatically it created all the things what you wanted. Okay, good. So now if you see the active, yeah. Okay, let us see what is the request ID. Yeah, active user. So this is the one. Yeah, so this is the one. So we go to the out directory. So it is in a common location, right? See, yeah, see, we are able to see this. So now it is in a common location. So so we don't need to go to each of the machines now. So that's the big advantage for us. Okay, we don't need to go to each individual machines. We have to have a common location. So that's all. 4 or 5 points you should have, and that has to be taken care very nicely. See, now reduced. See, only 4 are there. So now you go to the second node and see that you checked it in the verified from the back end, but you also have to verify from the you verify from the front end, but you have to verify from the back end also. See, it means that it is distributed. It is because the FND Libra is running on node 2 and also in node 1. So that way you come to a conclusion that this setup is completed. And the other thing is, we'll see the admin server. Admin port. What is admin port? So it should be 7011. 7031. Okay. So what we'll do, we will connect and we will see how it is. It will be running on node 1 only. Yeah, we will verify. Okay, so then in that case we'll give LB. I think this doesn't have anything. Yeah. Okay, whenever you get this error, right, we have to change and bounce the, yeah, if you get this error, then what you do, you go to node.
Then I think the allow then contextually you can change any allow.
You can change?
No, sir. I actually
From deny to allow.
Yeah,
deny to allow.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
doing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So you go to here and go look for deny. And allow. And then you stop it. Then you have to just have to bounce the add admin server. Stop. just bounce the not need to bounce anything, because only the admin server you're not able to access. Yeah, so then start. Yeah. So common location we have taken care. We have seen the distribution of concurrent managers, which is working fine. So we'll also see. I want to see. We'll open the console and we'll see all the OA cores, and we'll add also. Suppose there is a requirement, because in my company we had a requirement where they wanted to add new managed servers, right? New managed servers. Apart from, like, you have a very good RAM, and why not we add one more OA core? Mostly the requirement will be adding a new OA core only, not forms and everything. Mostly OA core they want to add, because OA core is the only thing which gives us which is like a bottleneck.
Sir, in my company, there is 4 OA core because of the load.
Yes. In my company
We are
also.
in 12.1.3 environment, but 4 OA core.
Right. So how do you see all your OA cores? So now you'll have like 4 plus 4. So of course these two are not there. So now if you see, this is node 1, this is node 2, this is OA core, which is running here, OA core server, and OAFM and OAFM, right? Right. And very important thing is that OHS part, right? The load balancer. Last week we were we were seeing that OHS, right? There the load should be the load should be distributed. Otherwise, even though you implemented load balancer, and if you're not taken care of 2 files, what are the 2 files? One is the apps config, and another is the WL config some file. Okay. Easy. Okay. OHS. Okay, so here this is the very important part. For us, this is the load balancer. So this is the load balancer. Okay, so now sometimes, right? This is very important. Node 2 and node 1 and node 2 should have the same entries. Then only load balancer will happen. So one is this file, and another is there is another file WL mod WL. So here also you should have same, like you should have node 1 and node 2. So in node 1 and node 2, right? In node 1, node 2. If you have 3 nodes, you should have 3 nodes. But if you have an iSupplier node, right, you will not have this, because iSupplier node runs on its own. iSupplier node, we should not have either node 1 and node 2. So let me explain you. Here both are like shared applicant file system. That's the reason why you will have node 1 and node 2. But in iSupplier, when it comes to iSupplier, right, we should not have any load balancer, because it runs on an individually. Now, iSupplier normally runs on an individually, which I'll show you today. Okay, so now what I do, we'll cover the one small part, and then we can go to DMZ part. So that is the adding, like for example, I want to add. So I'll go to add OA core. Right. Okay. So first, to add a OA core, it is very simple. You just that now we are planning to add like OA cores, OA core on one OA core on node 1 and one OA core on node 2. So we'll just add OA core. Most of the company only they would add OA core. So in this case also, see now the thing is very important is what is the name and what is the port. So those things are only confusing for us. So how do you get the names? So the names is because OA core, right? OA core 1 and OA core 2 is completed. So now we have to add only OA core 3 and OA core 4. So what we'll do? So 3 and 4, right? 3 and 4. So what we'll do, and the next one is the mount point, right? So here, so you cannot use OA cores, right? You cannot use 7231. So we'll do 7232. We can use the next port number. It should be unique. So here also we'll make it 7232, and here also we'll make it 7232 because it has not been used anywhere, right? So what is telling? Right. So you take the backup of all of these files. So just take the backup of context file, take the backup of OHS. Those are all configuration important. In the real time, you can do this. Shut down the application from both the nodes, stop all, and only start the admin server and perform these activities. Now you can start them. Okay. Right. Okay. In the real time, you can perform all this. I have given the step by step, but now I'm just adding. Just I wanted to show you whether it is coming up or not. Okay. So I'm not stopping anything. But
Sir, if we like my environment without this, I mean, there is no shared application, but the steps are same.
Same
Single
steps,
instance,
yeah. Steps are same. You will perform only on the first, only on one node. In our case, we are adding on to both the nodes.
both the node, but the steps are same.
Steps are same, yeah. Steps are same. So what we'll do, we will add on the first node.
So here we will mention like currently we have by default one OA core, and if we want to add two OA core in one time.
Yeah, 3, 4. Like next it goes OA core server 3, 4, 5, 6. You can just go on, give the only two things that should vary. Only this one and this port number. Unless it is unique, you will not have any problems.
So every time we will run this per command. If we add 111 OA core,
yeah.
like OA core server 1 now server 2 and the unique port number. Then again we run server 3 and the new port number.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
So how many OA core in a minute?
Your memory is the restriction, because your memory is the restriction, and you can increase. Normally what you do after increasing,
performance.
Yeah, performance. Yeah, so it is that if you have the proper memory, you can do. Oh, see, this is the thing. The this port is already used by other files. Oh, okay, got it. Because patch file system may be using it. So what you'll do? Yeah. So see
the port section is not a. I mean, we can give by any port number.
Any port
there
number.
There is no hardcore rule that any formula to.
No. There is no hardcore rule. Unless it is unique, you should be okay. Yeah, now it is doing. So since I used 7233, I will use 3, 4. Then you can start them. Then again, the distribution of load should happen. A lot of people, as I told you, they forget this step, because if you add a OA core, it should be also load balancing should be done. That apps config file and the other file has to be added. And also we also bump up the memory also, core memory to 4 GB on newly added cores. So if you have memory, it's all by default. I think it's only 512 or something like that. So we normally add it if you can bump up the memory also. Okay, it is doing it. Mostly this is not a problem. So I'll just go to the second node. Yeah, this is completed. See the log file with this, we'll see that. And also I'll come to the second node. Yeah. So now immediately you can see that you can go your things. See, now it is only like, so now you can see that OA core, the next OA core you can find, you can refresh. See, now 3 has come. See, 4, see, it is unknown. Okay, because it is not started completely. It gives the port number what you are given. Unless it is unique, you should be fine. So it will only, like, you know, it is like it is only created. Now you have to start it. Now you have to start it. Refresh. Yeah, it is actually, it is now, it is starting. It will start and shut down if I'm correct. That's why you will get the shutdown. Any OA core managed service you add it, it will try to start and it will shut down. So finally, it should have shut down. And this is the node machine name. Like, you know, we have added one OA core here and one OA core here. These are all one-time activities.
Sir, one thing in the previous year we forget, I forget to ask you. When we change the apps password in the FND
In OA cores also we have to change.
we have to be changed.
OA core.
Here also in the WMS we have to change something and we put
In OA core,
new password there.
Yeah, in OA core only you have to change.
OA core.
Yeah, because that app's password is hard coded there. Right? So we don't need the database part. You can check the. So actually, individual. Yeah, it's not listening. But yeah, OA core stopped successfully. It will actually start and stop. Yeah, so always check the log files and everything. Because especially when it comes to, when we come to SSO, single sign-on, there also will add managed servers, OAE, you know, e-business OAE, e-business gate, e-business access gate. So that also will add the same procedure. So better to get comfortable with all this. Yeah, now it has been successfully added. Okay. So, right. Yeah. So now we added. So in case if you want to start it, right? If you want to start this, we can try that adding. Okay. So admin scripts home. Okay. Before that, actually, we have to see this OHS part, you know, then we'll come there. That load balancing part, right? So we didn't take, if you see that, the load balancing will not happen. So we go to OHS config, OHS, and you open the apps config. Yeah, it will not have, especially the OA core part. Only the OA core only we are adding. So OA core, yeah, it is not there. So what we do is, you know, in my steps I given, start the newly added. Is okay. It's telling to start the newly. Then we can add the details. Okay, no problem. We'll follow the same process. First we'll start it, then we'll add it. So yeah, we can start the second one also. Next time onwards, you know, automatically they'll be added when you start it. Even from the first one, we only start. There is something called all nodes. Yeah, mode is equal to all nodes. So you can everything you can start from the first node itself. You know, you just have to add minus mode is equal to all nodes. So when you do that, it's not necessary that I have to go to node 1. I have to go to node 2, node 3, node 4 to start all the services. You just add like, you know, add start all, whatever that, you know, start sh apps password, and say mode minus mode is equal to all nodes. So what this does is, you know, you start from first node, but it will start on all the other nodes. So specifically, we don't need to go to each node. So really good command, because you will save a lot of time for this from this.
So in the primary, when we bring up the server, sir, we will use this command.
Yes. So on the primary node itself, you just do it. Even for stop also it works, start also it works. Only from first node only we can do that. Everything it takes care of. Yeah. See, now OA core is started on node 1, the extra OA core. Okay. So now we can take care of the load balancer also. Okay. So this is the ERP2 and the port memories. Okay. On the first node also we can add this. Okay, add the details of the newly managed to the OHS configuration file on node 1 OHS, because then only the load balancer will happen. So because node 1 is completed, so I will just add it. Okay, so now what you do, you go to that OHS and check whether it has been added or not. So how do you do? This is very simple. See, all this is very difficult to remember also. So what I do is, it is not that easy to remember all of this. So that's the reason I remember all these commands, simple OHS. Then you know I can go here. All you can give alias name. So like this, you have to go and open the apps config file. See, it is got updated. See, these two files just now got updated, because when you run this command, right, both of these files will get automatically updated. So now if you see now automatically you got it.
Sir. Hello? Sir,
Yeah.
this is your multi-node is completed, sir. Sir, could you please show me the multi-node patching, sir? Small patches we can apply.
Yeah. At the end of the day today, I'll run FS clone and then I'll configure it, and tomorrow we can see. See, it is only added to OA core only, because we are dead load balancer to only OA core, not to the forms, and everything. Okay. So similarly,
so sir, not worry. Is there any requirement comes for adding the forms and this, or only OA core?
Only OA core, because only OA core is the performance related issue, not the forms. See, if you have, if you have forms as an issue, then you can add the forms. But mostly in the company, this is the problem. Only the OA core only gives you the problem. Okay, so here is a little different, the context file, right? So especially the OHS, right? It is OHS, not OHS 1. Okay, it is OHS 2. You have to go. And next one, when we are adding the DMZ, right, that will be OHS 3. So by now you understood that unless you constantly work on this technology will go away, because every time constantly you should have your own system ready with you and regularly practice. Because if you like 6 months, if you give a gap, again you need to put the complete effort. So constantly every day you just have to check this to see. Now it is configured properly. Even this one is configured properly, and WL mod also is configured. Only OA core. You should have now 3 nodes. 3, because because you one node 1, node 2, and again node 2, the OA core part. Yes, very nice. It is doing very nice. Okay, so this is pretty much what we have. So we have done it, and yeah, so this is good. So OA core part is completed. We have the DMZ part also. So we'll work on the DMZ part, and then I will, at the end of the day, we'll start FS clone, and we'll see now the thing. If you see ADOP status, right, still it is not, because we haven't run FS clone. So still it will not, master slave will not come, master slave, unless you run FS clone. But I'll add the DMZ at the end of the day. We will come to this part. Okay. So DMZ part. Okay, so DMZ part we will set up today. This is adding a node. Okay, so now, so what we have is we have this setup. The down part is set up. Now we are adding an external node. Database is same. Okay, database is same, but we are adding an external node. This will run individually. This will run individually. Like, see, this is running on lb.appsdb.info. For this, but this is running like it is because it's for iSupplier. It is for external nodes. So this is like it will run on vendors.app. For example, I'm given for example vendors.appsdb. They will give you. They will set up Revex proxy or something like that. They give that and they just give this one. So then when you're adding this node, you have to configure according to this. So we'll do this. So first thing is what I need is I need a new machine for this. So what I'll do, I will add a new node. I will import my appliance. Okay.
Sir, what is the requirement in our PC, our home environment? Like DNS, you say 3 GB is enough, and
yeah,
for this.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
here, what about the memory here?
Yeah, 6 GB. 6 GB should be enough for us.
And it is in the OL 7 or 8?
8 only. All are 8 only.
Because DNS you shows are in 7. So here. 8,
Yeah. DNS server is I have created in it. Okay, so this is your DMZ, for e-business. So I even I'll give like 6 GB. And okay, this one, right? So this one I have to go to my main mission, the host mission. So everything I want to safeguard all this configuration. So I think it is there in D01 Oracle. The one I created is shared DMZ. Right. So yeah, this we created last week and kept it empty. So we'll store everything like this. So all these 3 apps, 1, apps 2. So this is the location. Okay, so first we need same OEL 8 because all our applications are running on OEL 8. So whatever that image is there, right? I'm just importing it. It comes with readily all the available packages. So we don't need to put. People will do clone. Some people will do clone. Some people, I'm comfortable with this. That's the reason I'm doing this.
Sir, did you share this VM?
This VM I shared. Yeah, this VM I shared
Okay.
with you. You can directly use it. It has all the packages and only you just have to change the host name,
IP address.
IP address and all. Okay, so
Sir, I am not using this VM, but I have installed our own RHEL 8. Okay, but when trying to install RapidViz, it is throwing some errors, sir. Lib related, I mean like soft linked or with OS level. I'm not sure which is missing.
Last week I shared the installation document. Just go through.
Okay.
Go through if maybe I still remember. Maybe few things we are missing. Maybe you are missing few things.
Yeah, I have gone through the Oracle installation document. All the RPMs were in place. I mean, like, I have gone through each and every RPM. Do we need to install any sort of additional on top of the Oracle standard document? Though sometimes Oracle sometimes miss or default things.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I will just go through my documentation. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are still feeling, then you can use my document. My image file you can use. Don't spend much time on installing of OS because already we are lower.
Right, sir.
Yeah, because unnecessarily because I already created a friendly OE image file. You can use it 9, right? Okay, 9. So what I'll do, I'll make a duplicate and SSH 9 192.168.1.9. Okay, so this is our DMZ server. So let us change the name. Okay. So first thing is we need to change the host name. Okay. So how do you change the host name?
Sir, DMZ or vendors? You mentioned vendors there. Both are same.
Yeah. Vendors is just the name. Vendors is the URL. URL what it's going to use it. Okay. So here what we do, see, this is the application tier. Okay. So we have application tier 1, 2 and 2, application tier 1, application tier 2 and application tier second. This is like iSupplier. So this is like a third one, but this is an iSupplier which is normally used by vendors, outside people. Outside people. Okay, so we'll give the name as iSupplier. Okay, so did I change the name? Okay, I didn't give the command here. So what I'll do, I'll add that command. How do you change the host name? So we'll change it as iSupplier. So just to to change it. So next time when you connect, it will automatically takes care. So 9. So then you also have to change the host file. So this is 9. ISUP. Okay. ISUP. And now what you have to do, because these are all like all the other, because still they are using the database, same database, right? So preferable, even though it runs individually, preferable, to add all this information on all the other nodes also. So because this is also like a third node. To avoid
So we will not put the DNS IP here.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go to that is the DMZ part, but in the application part, I have to first do this. Then I'll come to. Yeah, now we added successfully. Okay, DMZ part. Okay, so DMZ part. Okay, 9, right? 9 iSupplier. Okay, save this. Okay, well, if you just follow the documentation, we change the host name. Okay, so this is part already taken care. Shared file system is already taken care. We just have to mount it. Okay, so the mount part. Okay, the mount part commands we just have to add it. Okay, so those parts. Let me pick up. Only mount we have to do. Okay, we just have to, because it's a new machine. So we just have to, because we are adding a new node. So again, we need to follow the same steps what we followed for this. Okay. So first thing is in the etc exports, we have to give this. Okay, so this is the ISUP, right? An ISUP. ISUP. Okay, so this is good. And also there's one more new one, right? So that also will take care. On the first node, etc exports, and we also have this one. Okay, so this all the things we would add, because in one line also we can add, I guess, but I'm just adding.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Ah.
We must have for shared application file system for DMZ.
Yeah.
There is
See,
no
there are a
mandatory.
couple of people, they do different ways. I saw that, what your question. Some people will use shared application file system. Some people, what they do, they just copy the application and they'll clone it. So either methods you can use it. Yeah, both methods are fine. You can use, this is an optional thing. Or some people, what they do, individually they'll run. Like, they take the EBS star and they'll clone it. Both methods in the documentation, it is method. It is been mentioned. Okay, for all the supply, all this. Okay. Okay, so now we have to start this because we have added a new thing. So I think
Sir, in all the nodes we have to mention this.
no, only on the first node.
thing.
On the first node only, because the first node only we are on the first node only we have the application tag. So only on the first node only we have to add, not on all the other nodes. Okay, so now, so show mount point, I want that command on the client. Oh, okay, on the client we have to add all of this. Okay, come to the DMZ and add all of this. Okay, and so let us see the show mount whether it is showing or not. Okay, it is not showing. Not this one. The show mount advantage is to show what are the mount points which are being stored. It's a good advantage, but yeah, in the 8 they made it little complex. The way on 7 it was simple, but we have to adapt. And this is normally in the real time. It is not our headache. They will take care of everything, but better we learn, because in the cloud, actually, when it comes cloud, there is no Linux administrator, for your kind information. In cloud, there is no Linux administrator. There is no separate Linux administrator. So everything we have to do, everything, SSL configuration, the load, adding, like extending the block volume. Tomorrow space is completed. You only have to add. You have to Google it. You have to add it. There is a load balancer configuration. All the activities of Linux administrators, we have to do, especially when it comes to cloud. What are you doing? Yeah, this is on the server, and yeah, this is in the server, and this is on the client, on the cloud. We just have to mount it. So that is the advantage of what you have. 68.1.9. We'll mount it. It should work. Yeah, that's what last week also it worked. Okay. So let me. Oh yeah. So it is already mounted now.
Sir, can you do DF-KH? Yeah. Yes, there.
It is mounted. Yeah. So that is the big advantage. So we just have to add it. But only the thing is, we have not that easy. Again, that pairs file we need to do. Yeah. But here, you have to follow this documentation that update the configuration of e-business environment for DMZ requires this profiles option hierarchy type to be. So there are some profiles which should have the hierarchy type. This is only on DMZ only. You can follow the documentation. The steps are there. So on the primary node, to change the profile options, to execute the following on the primary node, you just have to run these steps, because that is the if iSupplier is there, you have to follow these steps. So I have to come on the first node. And run this command. That's all. So this is like, from the front end, you can go and check all these profiles have been set to this particular thing. So that's the first thing.
So we run this script, sir. Huh?
Now we have to run this script. Yeah, we have to run the scripts. You see, this is my documentation as reference, but in everywhere I would have given a reference document. That is very important for you. Okay, so you can follow my documentation, but at the end of my document, compulsory I would have given the DMZ the note, or if any apart from that, if any support link, some other Google document also I normally mention, because I normally follow Oracle plus sometimes Google, some document somebody would have prepared, right? So both the things you follow, then my document also will be like a reference. And this this technology is always changing, right? So like next year it may be little different, but most of the things from 5-6 years I'm seeing this document is not a big change for this one. So this part is completed, the first part is completed. Now okay, we need to ensure that the WebLogic filter is properly ensured, all admin servers. So now we this admin console, we need to add the third node also. So on all the three we should have. So first thing, we open the context file on the first node. So we should have all the three nodes, because three nodes have to use it. Yes. So already we have two. Okay. So now we can add anywhere you can add. You just add the third one. 68 1.9. Save it. Okay. Just we need to bounce it. So we'll do everything and then we'll do. Okay, come to second node. Oh, iSupply till now not yet configured. It's only on the two nodes only we have to do. Okay, so he has not given the second node. To be safer, better we add it. Simply make the below change and in the patch file system also. So I think okay, we only have to do on the first node and no need to do on the second node. But on the first node, we have to do both. On the patch and this, primary node is the main thing for us. Yeah, so because admin server is only running on the primary. 1.9. Oh, we may have to do a lot of things. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we need to do pre-clone and so many things are there. Yeah. So very important thing is we need to do the pre-clone. So that will, both of them will take a time. Okay, we'll do this. So I'm coming to again come back to run file system. Yeah, we are in the run file system and we'll start the we have to start the admin servers. Again, we need to if it is started, then stop it, because we have made a small change. So that's the reason why we have to stop and then start it. Then we will run the pre-clone. Then we have to do the same thing for patch file system. We have to create a pairs file. Okay, so we have completed this. So then we need to do we started, right? Oh, we are started. Oh, see, so many steps are there. I think by now you understood that this is like a lot of patience work. Adding a node. So many mistakes chances are there, because I've seen most experienced people, because I've been working with the team, right? So as the more documentation you do, the more you practice, the chances of doing a mistake, like you practice in your home as much as possible, so that few mistakes, you cannot be 100% mistakes you can reduce, but if you practice a couple of things, multiple things, okay, you will start avoiding the real time. So we have to do the pre-clone on the thing, and then the same thing we need to perform on the other things.
So normally this iSeparator and this, they need the public private IP. There is some concept like this. You have to be configured the IPs also.
1 minute. Yeah, the iSupplier concept is, it's very interesting thing. I have put up few things. See, this document describes methods for making subset of Oracle e-business functional via internet. This document discusses support network topology for e-business. Yeah, hardware-based load balance about deployment of multiple applications, reverse proxy, multiple. Yeah, the main purpose is sometimes, sometimes what happens is this is like internally all the customers using, but sometimes recruitment, for example, recruitment portal, where the outside people can update their profiles, their resume. So it means that it has to be exposed outside. Similarly, vendors will be there, suppliers will be there. So they should have a separate profile. So this is all, they cannot access this because this is internal. This is there in internal firewall. Whereas this external is for external vendors, or recruitment is simple example. So suppose I want to apply for this company, then I need to be able to access this. So that's the reason, and it is been protected, like firewall is been taken care. See, the post is above. It sounds to be something related to defense. Like, what is a DMZ? Demilitarized zone. The first time I heard DMZ was in very, very long back. I was in South Korea, long back, long ago. So there they told me, between North Korea and South Korea, they are having some fights. So there is 100 kilometers, I don't know, whatever, maybe they have a DMZ, demilitarized zone. Then they told us, if anybody puts a leg in that DMZ, that's all, a bomb blast may happen. That time I know, DMZ means demilitarized zone. So it's like that. Now see, what is a DMZ? From the first tone, it sounds like something to defense, is where you have line of border. Yeah, beyond there are restricted access. In Oracle technology, the DMZ, which stands for demilitarized zone, consists of a portion of corporate network. Yes, corporate network means internal network, that is between the corporate internet and intranet. And the DMZ can be single segment on LAN, or it can be broken into multiple regions. The main benefit of properly configured DMZ is better security in the event of security breach only. So the main thing is they keep in a separate, they keep in a separate router. They keep in a separate thing, so that they will have a separate firewall rules and everything, so that they can, if at all they have to disturb, they can only disturb the that particular node if hacking happens also. Like, this is the external users using the internet. So they keep a separate firewall for this. So they, at any point of time, they cannot enter the internal, because the database, right, it is the same database. If they are able to hack and they come to this database, then that's it. Your entire your entire company is in a problem. But see, this is for internal user. So internal user, internal application tier, database and everything. But see, this one, they're completely DMZ, external firewall, DMZ. So they keep a separate firewall. And this is, we are not involved in this. Okay, we are not involved in this, but I'm just telling at a high level. So they will have a separate firewall to protect it. So nobody from external user cannot come. More than this, they cannot come. They can only access this, but they cannot come here, because this is a production machine, production database, and you are trying to expose it, right? Right. So that is basically the DMZ concept. So now we need to come to the patch file system also and perform this activity. And oh, the other part, oh, we can keep that because that will take a long time. So that especially the creation of that sometimes it is very boring thing, that especially the pairs file, right? But no choice, if you have to do, you have to do it, that's all. Oh, this is all okay, I already mentioned here. Yeah, pairs file we need to create. You hate it, you like it, you don't like it, you have to do it. There is no choice, because if the the company has decided, and luckily you have, I'm also preparing my notes. You know what? Why? Maybe tomorrow I'll get a customer. It becomes very easy for me. So similarly, I'm also preparing a document for you. Maybe tomorrow you get a customer and you can use this and make it easy. It will become easy for you. Is this no? This is okay. 14. Okay, so here what I'll do, okay, so here you will have one file. Okay, what is that? This file, right? So you make a copy of it. So now, because last time we did it the same thing, so it becomes a little bit easy for you, because now you made make a copy of it, open that, and now it will be very easy for you, because second time you're doing, right? First time, you would have spent a lot of time for this, only that here it will be OHS3, OHS1, OHS2, OHS3. That only a lot of people will make a mistake. Okay, so already most of the things are taken care. Yeah, so this one we have to make a copy and make the changes, only that. So you take a template, okay, take a template and make the changes. Truth is, first time it looks very weird, but 2 or 3 times if you do this, it becomes very easy for you. So now, wherever ERP2 is there, right? It's iSupply now, right? Okay, iSupply, and this is OHS3. Okay, because it is OHS1, OHS2, OHS3. Everything you add, it's a new one. Okay, just verify everything. Yeah, new meaning is good. So now you copy this and
But these directories are there, like FS1, FS2.
because you mounted, no?
Okay.
You mounted, right? So that's what it will take like half an hour to add a. If you sit half an hour, you can finish adding a node. It's so comfort, this one. Okay, here, like, a lot of things you have to enable, disable. So we'll take a template. Okay, we'll take this template. And a lot of things you disable it. Even in most, even we don't want to, nobody will run concurrent manager on this one. So disable. Yeah, so you see here in batch process, we don't want all this, we don't want, okay, because we don't want external people. Even forms also they will not allow. Forms also will not allow, they will not allow us. So we'll just verify whether everything is correct or not. Yeah, disable. Even batch is disabled. Okay, remaining everything is enabled. So I just highlighted, I just highlighted what is required. The first 4 only we need. Right, so that's all. Okay, that's it, save. So this file is completed. So now you can, okay, we can copy to the central location. We have a central location, right? Okay, or I'll do an SCP in the second on the third node. So that is, root at 192, 168, 1.9. on temp. Copied the second node. Okay. Meanwhile, is this complete? Okay, this is completed. So similarly, now you have to come to patch. First, you have to start the admin server. So admin start force patch fs. Okay, we run the pre-clone on then we should be good. Both should be running, right? First admin server on both the nodes, and also pre-clone should be completed. Same steps, if you see, repeated. Only there are few profiles change, and also you know, we have to make this as an external because it runs individually.
So all the changes what we are doing here in the primary node, right?
Yeah, only on
like
primary. Yeah, only we do on the primary only.
in the pre-clone, we are running for run file system, patch file system on primary only.
Only primary.
And
Yeah.
all the, and this configuration changes also in primary.
Primary only, because primary only admin server is there. Okay, so even we have to give a name for it, because I'm just giving, after adding a node only we have to do the steps. After adding a node, we have to make that change, if I'm correct. Yeah, first you need to add a node, and I want to, now the load balancer will come. Yeah, then you have to change. See, a lot of work is there. Then you run an auto config. Maybe, yeah, we should finish this in this one stretch, because yes. So now pre-clone apps. Okay, so then we'll go through the remaining steps. So the file has been created. We are readily kept it. So now on the iSupply node, now we need to add the node. Okay. Okay, so this pairs file location we need to see. Okay, we'll keep it the same location. We'll go to the DMZ machine. I don't think this folder will be there. Okay, so now QA. Now you give this location and copy the pairs file. The pairs file is there. Yeah. Okay, so now we have kept it. So keep the things ready, so that once it is completed, we can add this node. Okay, this is the file name, right? So file name is matching. File name is matching. Remaining everything. So this will take like 5-10 minutes. Then the configuration. Yeah. In the meantime, when it is doing, we can do the. We can do these changes. Then these things will come up. Then yeah, that's what, there are few parameters what we need to change. It's iSupplier. So once the thing comes up, I know this Kunwar is not there. He was configuring iSupplier. So he had so much of tough time, but that's what, if something, you practice it, at least you are ready by 80%. But in companies, once it comes, a lot of pressure will come up. So he was struggling a lot, and then I was helping him. But at the end, finally, after some time, he completed iSupply configuration. So yeah, so here, right, you take the iSupply node, you make it external. You make it external. Yeah, you give the site. So it's not that. Yeah, that's all. Couple of steps are there, but everything has to be done to the perfection. Okay, we are just waiting for this one to complete. So this week, actually, yeah, last week and this week we are shared applicant file system, adding the managed servers, PCP configuration, DMZ. So these are the 4 things we have completed. The next one will be tomorrow onwards. Yeah, we'll be working on this 12C to 19C upgrade. We'll just start it. 12C to 19C documentation, everything is ready. So is everyone practicing? Apart from most of you are, few are practicing, but yeah.
Today I started, sir. I created 2.
Yeah. I know you are in
nodes.
constant. You are in
Yeah.
constantly touch, but yeah, everyone. Yeah, keep all these things ready.
Because
was,
sir, if we are
shared
not
and
practice, sir, you are going so very fast. We cannot catch you, sir.
Yeah, you cannot catch. You cannot catch because, and you know what? This is the longest batch I ever taken. It is almost like 3.5 months. I kept it because I know the importance. I know the importance. That's why 3.5 to 4 months we are spending. 3.5 to 4 months is such a long period.
Yeah,
Because,
sir. I remember in 2021 batch also I'm there. This is all that batch was also 4 months.
yeah, because so many things are there, and if you think it is not being used in companies, everywhere all these things are being used in our companies. Because I'm into touch with students also, right? They send me mails, sir. We need to implement SSL. So we need to implement an iSupplier. Then yeah, so if we have this documentations, everything ready, our life will become very easy for us.
And normally, sir, your EBS course will come almost 1.5 years, not when because you normally focus in this
Oh, yeah.
crowd and so many things. Yeah.
Yeah. So this year, because as per the company, you need to go. So in my company, yeah, this is completed. Okay, so we'll start and then we'll talk. So now this is completed. So now come to DMZ. I am expecting one small problem, but let's see. So yeah, dual FS means it takes care of both port pool. Okay, port pool. Yeah, this is what in my documentation I mentioned, but not here. So port pool. This one we need to add. This will be one step extra. So this is thing. Patch pool will be one extra. Yeah, good. The documentation, but in my documentation I mentioned this. So now we'll run it. Right. Okay. See, actually in my documentation I mentioned one specifically one line will be missing. Yeah. See, it is mentioned in my document. If you miss it, yeah, it throws the error. Yeah. So now we add the node. So this iSupplier will be added. It is almost, if you've seen, the steps are same. The steps are same. Steps are same like adding the second node, but it slowly deviates. It slowly deviates and it becomes like an external node. Okay. So then if we need to change the load balancer changes, so we come to these load balancer machine.
So pre-cron you finish?
Pre-ground part.
Pre-clone both are coming. Then only it's running, right? Because the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
thing is not running. Okay, so now
Sir, do we have any different URL for the iSupplier?
yeah. That's what vendors.appsdb.info. Okay, vendors. But I'm giving a new URL for this. Yeah, this is the vendors. Okay, now the IP is 9. So change it to 9. So it will be vendors.appsdb.info. Okay. So now, then the other file is second file. This is 9. Yeah, so we are given the name as vendors.appsdb.info. So now you have to start every time you do the change, right? You have to restart services. Now, when you come to DMZ machine, which is 9, right? Let it open a new terminal. Okay, we'll close one extra one, or we'll come here and come to DMZ. So that is 192.168.1.9. Okay, so while iSupplier, right? So what you have to do, we have to say vi etc resolve.config, and you tell what is your DNS name. What is that?
Sir,
One dot
etc. Sir, etc.
etc resolve.
So you need to mention the DNS server name. So our DNS server name is
7.
7. Yeah. So then you have to make this file non-updatable. So that is you command to a command called chutter, so that nobody will change this file. Nobody will change this file. It becomes like a read-only file unless you only see. If you next time open, even root also cannot change the file. Okay? Because it becomes like a read-only file. So that's why, because every time you reboot, right, it will get lost. So now if you say ns lookup and vendors, it is able to pick. One of you have to mute. One of you have to mute. Okay. Yeah. So see now, if you say ns lookup, it is pinging to vendors.com. Okay. So it means that it is working fine. Right. So now once this is successful, yeah, once this DMZ config is successful, we have to open the context file and make. So let me go through all the steps once more. Right. So now see all these changes we have completed. We have to make the changes in the every time you add a new server, DNS server has to be updated. See, that's the reason even in the real-time company also, you may tell to your Linux admin, please add to the DNS server. So the same thing we are doing here. Right. So next thing is, yeah, we have to open the context file. We have to open the context file and make these changes. Yeah, we have to make all this. This is like, all these files, we have to make these changes. Then run autoconfig. So once you do this, it takes the vendors.appsdb.info into config consideration. So that is the first part. Okay. In the primary node, yeah, we also have to sync. Yeah, because sync up the context file and update the config in all the nodes. In all the nodes, we need to run this. Oh, okay. So in case you don't need it, we don't need to do this. Okay. In this case, DMZ, we don't need it. If this manage server are not required, we need not delete it. We need not to delete it. Okay. So then, see here, we will remove, especially on this node, right? There is nothing like a, this is not a part of a load balancer. This node is this runs on its own. So we should not have entries. We should not have entries of all the other nodes. It should run independently. So in application 1 and application 2, we should not have these entries. It will not have. And on application 3, on the iSupplier, we should not have node 1 and node 2 information, because this is part of it, but it runs individually. So that's why we have to remove. I'll show that commands. Okay. Or you can remove it. You can open the apps config file on the last node only and just remove the entries of first node and second node, because it runs individually. Right. So then after that, now what you have to do, you have to open, that will run individually. You have to open the application and change this iSupplier, this node trust level. So this, we have to make first change, then we have to say this is an external, because this is an external URL, right? So this is an external URL. So you have to make this as an external URL. Then internal, what is internal URL? What is external URL? We have to mention it. That's all. That's all. So 3-4 steps are there which we need to do. Yeah. So maybe in 10-15 minutes we should be. Yeah, I will just show you this add node, and remaining part maybe I can do it offline, but I think that part I'll do. And tomorrow we can spend like 15-20 minutes on this. And also I will, the FS clone also, we can run the FS clone. If you even now, because this is third node, right? Yeah, since we added the third node, that also has to be part of the last thing. You have to do that FS clone, last thing, because all the nodes are added, then only you have to do the FS clone. Then only that master slave will come, because in a shared file system, you apply patch only from the first node. You will only apply the patch from the first node. Yeah. So now it is completed. Yeah. See, the run file system is completed. Okay. So what am I telling? What am I talking? Right? Let me tell you what am I talking. Let me take a duplicate. That what is this load balancer thing? What am I talking? Okay. You may not understand what I'm talking, but I'll show you. This is 9. Okay. So go to Aura QA. Okay. Now the environment file should have been created. So it should be, because every machine will have its own context file. So get it. My favorite command is this EBS environment file. So that I need. Okay. So now you get the OHS information. This is OHS 3. And this should not be a part of load balancer. Load balancer should not happen for this. So this should be OHS 3. Okay. Go to this config OHS. Okay. So now manually also you can open that only 2 files. One is the apps config file, because this is not a part of a load balancer. So that's the reason why you should not have entries of first node and second node. So you should not have, because this is not part of a load balancer. Only should have iSupplier. So you can manually remove them. You can use that command, or you can do this, because this is an independent machine. So this will run. So we don't want it to be a part of a load balancer. Only iSupplier only we need. You follow the document, the original Oracle documentation. They mention everything about all this. Okay. So this part, and the second one is the WL config file. Anyone has worked on this? iSupplier. Any of you? Or shared file?
Sir, I have. I mean, like I supported the iSupplier, but I never configured it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So see, this is a part of a cluster. We don't want this to be part of a cluster. So we just want it to run individually. And we don't want
and
yeah.
This is used when order management module is enabled. Like if you want to give an external world.
Yeah.
Example, like a very simple example we can give, like let Amazon.com. It sells, right? If you want external node wants to book some sort of products.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
We can use this module iSupplier features, and then we can enable it.
Right. Yeah. So that's all. Everywhere iSupplier is. That's all. Only one node should be, because this runs individually. Okay. So yeah. So then also the next maybe So we have this context file. Oh yeah. Anytime you make any changes, what you do, you just make it original and just change that, whatever the commands, and you have to run the autoconfig. Actually, I'll just do a couple of things and then, we can wind up. Yeah. You know what? I can globally do one thing because it is lb.appsdba.info. It is vendors.appsdba.info. That's all. 3 substitutions. So remaining everything should be not a problem. Remaining everything is not a problem. Yes. Because everything is same.
So web entry host, we should be having that.
No, web entry host is the same thing. So because we are not changing anything.
So what it is mentioned in that web entry host in the context file for the ISA player?
I'll show you. Yeah, here I'm giving everything as an appsdba.info only. Okay, see. So the web entry is appsdba. That's my domain now.
Okay.
Yeah. So after this, you just have to run autoconfig, autoconfig, and autoconfig you need to do, and do few profile changes, right? So this is going good. So DMZ part, run file system is the main thing that is already completed. So now it is configuring the patch file system. So I made the changes to the.
Sir, remaining stuff you show tomorrow in front of us.
Remaining.
Stop here and tomorrow we will show.
Yeah, we'll continue tomorrow from here. We'll just make it
Tomorrow,
yeah, we'll run autoconfig and we'll work on from tomorrow remaining everything, right? So that's the pretty much what I have for today. So then we'll work on this, and just before going, the plan for tomorrow is I've taken this same old documentation, only that I updated that. I've taken that our application 12.2.12 and just made all the changes required and upgraded to actually 19.15. Why I took 19.15 is I may be applying patches. I'll be applying patches on this and make 19.20. So I took a little lower version, 19.15, and operating system is 8. So then I did last week, I practiced one attempt. So this same documentation we are going to, this one, this is the same documentation I'm going to follow. So this is the, tomorrow we'll spend a couple of times on DMZ and we'll kickstart this, we'll kickstart it. I think it will take this week and also next week also, because it is mainly upgrade from only database upgrade 12c to 90s. Okay. So that's pretty much what I have. If you have anything, you can let me know. Otherwise, we'll catch up tomorrow.
Sir, just now this patch file system is running, right?
Yeah.
Configuring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, the changes is there in the application, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Next step.
Yeah. That step is next step is that from there we'll work tomorrow.
Okay.
Sir, go to DMZ node, sir.
See, it's completed actually. See, now it is completed.
Yeah. We can do how.
Yeah, Altaf.
Sir, DMZ, you can DF -H, sir.
DF manager.
DF. Yes. Sir, you installed this is the separate EBS or you only shared mount point, sir?
Only shared mount point.
You not install this only the OS, only plain.
See, I told, right, I have an image. I have an image of operating system and that OVA file. So that has all the packages installed and kept it ready. So what I did, I imported the image. I changed the name as iSupplier and then mounted it.
No, sir. That's okay, sir. Okay. My question is clear. Only OS is there. After that, you just mounted. That's it.
Correct. That's all. You just need a OS and then you can just mount this. Mount this.
Okay, so why? Because only I have MSATA 500 GB. That's why I need to practice this also. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. My doubt is clear.
See, you
So,
can.
sir, now we will do FS clone or the remaining part.
Yeah, actually you can, I can kickstart this, I can see kickstart this, FS clone today itself. At least I will just show that all the 3 nodes are visible or not. I'll just see how do you do this. ADOP face is equal to FS clone. I will just show you that all the 3 nodes are visible. Okay, I'm expecting there may be a few errors, but at least I show this master slave slave. At least I'll show that. Okay. So what happens is now only when you run this command, it considers, it considers the, the node 1, node 2, node 3, and next time onwards, you can, if everything goes well, because your FS clone should run successfully or patch, then you can see ADOP status. If you see, you'll see as a master slave slave. You'll see master slave slave. Okay. So we'll see this tomorrow. Huh? So we'll catch up tomorrow. Chalo, bye. Yeah. Oh, okay. See, this is because we haven't enabled the SSH on for the 3rd node. See, it is already recognizing. It is already recognizing the 3rd node, but only we didn't add the SSH. Okay, we'll do this. So this is a normal issue. SSH,
There is a script. There's
a script what we need to run. So it is already recognizing the 3rd node also is recognizing. So we'll do that, and then we'll work on tomorrow. Okay. See, what is actually doing, it is enabling the SSH on all the 3 nodes, because see, it is already recognizing the 3rd node also. They have done it very nicely. We don't need to worry. Okay. We'll work on this tomorrow. Chalo guys. Bye bye tomorrow.